All right. The first thing that we are going to do to complete this assignment is create our VPC, which is our virtual private cloud. All right. So what you want to think about is when you are deploying your application, okay, the cloud is really just computers that are somewhere else. Okay. So you're putting your application on a computer somewhere else, and you want to make sure that other applications and other devices cannot connect to your application that you don't want. Okay. So you need to fully understand how networking works on AWS. And the first place we're going to start is with the VPC. Okay. So the VPC is going to be one of the services that AWS offers. So here is VPC. When you get a new account, you have a default VPC that already exists. Okay, so we can take a look at it, and you'll see in your VPC, you'll see subnets, all right, route tables and network connections, okay? But this is just going to be the default options. Now, I deployed several apps before I looked into what VPC meant and what I'm doing with them. But this is going to really help you understand how your application communicates within itself and how you can communicate with it from the internet and so on. And the way that you're going to understand that is by going through and manually creating all of these things and making sure you understand the options that you're putting. All right. So we are going to start by clicking Create VPC. All right. Now, if you click on info here, you can always read more about the option that you're selecting. So here we need to create whether we want to create a VPC only or create the VPC, subnets, NAT gateways, and endpoints. All right. Now, when you are first doing this and you're trying to understand, do as much of it manually as you can, okay? That's going to help you. So we're going to go with VPC only, so that way we're setting up every piece of the puzzle, all right? So I'm going to call this deploy in public -VPC, all right? I'm going to go ahead and leave this CIDR block as the IPv4 CIDR manual input. And again, if you want to go ahead and read more about it, you can read. And there's also documentation that you can click on and go out to, okay? I am going to go ahead and use the CIDR block that they recommended, all right? And that is going to be 10.0.0.0/24, all right? Now, we will have some other resources about CIDR blocks and what those mean and stuff like that, but for this video, all you need to know is that this block here that we're using, all right, is going to support 256 IP addresses, which should be more than enough for the application that we're going to be deploying and what we're going to be doing with it. So you can change what you write here to allow for more IP addresses, less, and so on. This is fine. This is what we're going to use, okay? We're not going to use IPv6 right now. All right, I'm going to leave the tenacity to default, and I'm fine with the tags just being name and then our name. All right, so then all you need to do is go ahead and create the VPC. All right, so the VPC is going to just be your private cloud that you have and you only have access to, okay? And within that cloud, okay, you can't get into it, you can't get out of it unless you configure those things. Within the VPC, you have subnets, okay? So that's the next thing that we're going to do is creating our subnet, and we will create that in the next video.